So yeah, I want to go over some of the tourney games from the other day. I don't think a lot of people like watched it. We can like kind of go over some of the I think games I thought were good together. Okay, so this game you can see here. So this tournament had a ban system. So this was our second series. Our first series was against Method NA. Method NA there was no stream because that was that was like a qualification game basically. So we did beat Method NA. It was really close though. We beat them 3-2. Yeah, here we won our first game, and then the second game here was the Red War Mirror.
As you mentioned before previously.
Yeah, the banning system is interesting. It makes people pick things that you wouldn't expect. I thought we got really lucky here.
Well, let's see what they can.
I guess
do here.
a lot of teams did this, and I kind of thought it was a lot of teams were scared of our BM Hunter. We had Yoski, which was Ret Hunter or Ellie Hunter usually, and KFC as well, Warrior Hunter. And a lot of people were scared of that, which helped us a lot because we could actually play Red Warrior more. Honestly, Red War Mirror, a lot of times the first go is almost like a shotgun. Like whoever gets to go first gets kind of a bit of an advantage. The first go has to be cross CC though too. So we need usually a lot of teams what they do is just they Stormbolt. Oh no, Stormbolt is bad here because we have a Holy Priest, so we have an advantage here. Smex can Stormbolt, and then they can't really Stormbolt us because they'll just get faded. I don't know how we start though. Let's see. I kind of forgot. Warrior goes in for the Warrior Fear. So this is similar. Max went in for the Warrior Fear here, and this is the same thing. This is why I like Holy Priest over this, so I think we had kind of the comp matchup here advantaged. Because Holy Priest has better mana, but also, you can see there, like Smex can just leap in for the Fear. He doesn't have to care about Fade, where Dizzle, he has to care about, Oxy could like outplay him by like fading, right? So, but Smex doesn't even have to worry about that. Like, worst he could be scared of is death. I don't even know if he'd play that against our comp.
Then immediately
we get the first CC, we get like a lot more pressure. You can see my damage on the bottom left, we get to go first, so. But there you get off barrier. To swap off on that, it's not good to stay on barrier. What channel did this? This channel was the Diablos Esports tournament. And yeah, here Novo's Zoom, and you know, it's basically GG at this point unless they like instantly kill us. So Dom PD has his wings here. This is pretty much the last way we can lose, is I just pick global. Pretty sure it doesn't happen and we kind of just finish it off. Because I swear losing mirrors for some reason. This happens to I swear all WoW players. Losing the mirrors makes people tilt more than regular games. I think this is the game where we lost. I'll just go over. So this game I'm not going to go over, but we basically lost this game.
Nice dodge on the
instantly die basically. So there what happened was the mind games crit me for like 8k, and I that was just my bad. I also wogged at the same time, and obviously my fault because yeah, if you wog into mind games like that, you you just die. And that was really bad on my part. I don't have an excuse because yeah, obviously I was staring at the Shadow Priest, so I don't know what I was thinking. But that was just me being bad in terms of this game. So big mistakes, and obviously anyone who's fought mind games before knows don't heal into it. The next game I wanted to go over was so we beat that team, and then there were two more teams we had to play in order to win the tournament. So this is against, actually, this is interesting because these are actually Smexon's teammates, two of them. Chun-Li and Tiki is Smexon's teammates. Yeah, we lost to Jungle 0-1, and this is something I think a lot of jungles can like learn from this actually. And I'll go over this briefly. So we actually lost to this jungle, and a lot of European people tells me that Red War Shaman shits on jungle. And to be honest, I haven't played Red War Shaman in a while, so I would have to play with Shaman sometime to see if that's actually true. But something that a lot of NA jungles have been doing against Red Warrior, especially with like a priest, that works really well. We started doing better too, so we actually do better. We beat jungle like today, for example, but in this tournament, you can see like they just train Smex and they cross CC me and Oxy. You can see trap him. For some reason I'm not CC here. Usually I should be like chastise feared on it, and it's really easy to do, right? The priest can CC me easily. Since he's far away, he can mind games, CC me, and he just basically train Smex in all game and cross CC us, and eventually gets the win like that. We can do better too. We started changing our strategies, and we've been doing better against jungle, but I do think this strategy is really solid by jungle against Red Warrior. And the game I wanted to sell, so after we lost that game, we won the next one. Against this team, we knew don't ban me's best comp is by far jungle, and the comp we're scared of. In fact, at this point of time, we actually didn't have a single composition we could beat jungle with that we were confident with. Like Red Warrior was our best bet. Red Warrior is definitely good into jungle, right? And we figured it out recently how to play better into that. But at this point of time during the tournament, we were really scared of jungle. So we banned Feral and we banned Hunter. We just like go back and forth between the bans. This tournament didn't let you ban the same twice. So the first game here, we banned the Feral, and they banned Red Pally on our part. So we ended up playing Warrior Hunter. This is something cool about the tournament. You get to see like unique comps, bans. And then we win this game here with Yoski and Smex, Warrior Hunter. They kind of just trained a Rogue. This is a good matchup for us because, you know, Warrior versus Rogue, Pain Train. This is an Asa Rogue too. I think even though he does more damage, Warrior's just usually better in these like long drawn out games, so eventually they win. Next up, you know, it goes back to the ban thing again. This time they ban Warrior, so they are like similar to us, right? They don't want us to play Red Warrior, and we don't want them to play jungle. So it's, you know, a lot of teams have this kind of focus in this tournament, so we're just banning Hunter now because you can't ban the same thing twice. Then they ban Warrior now, so we can't play Ret Warrior because the Ret is free now. So what did they play into it? The Rogue Feral, I think, and we play Ret Espy, which I thought was, both teams are kind of a cool comp. I swear Ret Shadow Priest is a really good comp actually.
You're probably a Red Paladin main as well.
It's bad into like turbo,
You're the worst
but it's pretty good into most of the like other stuff in this game. It has actually really insane burst, and we have double mind games to kill like the Feral with potentially too. I'm pretty safe in this bomb. I shielded Vengeance before the bomb there, so there was no danger at all. That's something really good against rogues in general. You think you're about to get like kidneyed or something, if you can press shield before that, that's always good to do. I think both teams here are similar, right? We never fought each other's comps before, but both teams are kind of getting like a feel for who to even hit. Yeah, we start going rogue here. So this is when I start going rogue and the game started going a lot better. You can see the rogue already ran out of like a lot of cooldowns. Setting up the rogue was way better. So main thing about setting up on the rogue, let me go back a bit, is that you have to land triple CC. So Red Shadow Priest, Holy Priest, well, not really surprisingly, but we have a lot of instant CC. So sometimes you can see to go here, Fear, stun on Feral while we're training the Rogue. Hodge while this guy is still stunned, and then we just like triple CC'd him, right? Everyone is CC'd on their team on our Ghost, and you can see here, that triple go there was actually, this is something that the casters didn't really catch up notice, was that like the triple CC goes were pretty important for our team. And Red Shadow Priest, it's almost like we're playing like a weird, like, you know, like it's like a CC comp, which is kind of rare for Reds, if I'm gonna be honest. Most Red comps are like cleavy, right? So I thought this was kind of fun and interesting. It's different. So we just do like a stun on the Priest, stun on the Feral, and then a triple stun into like an Fear. Then we do goes on a rogue, and then you can see the last go we got like double trinket and like evasion cloak. So next go we can basically win because just the rogue trinket is not out. Here you can see stun, stun, stun. You can see it there. Let me pause that for a second. Oh, here it goes. So you can see here stun, stun, stun. Literally all three targets stun. That's like the goal with this comp. So this is Shadow Priest stun, Holy Priest stun, and then the Ret stun. The Ret stun obviously being 10-yard range, so usually Hodge is on the kill target. Actually didn't get much of that. Oh, never mind. We got Nesper Trinket. Okay, never mind. That's all. That's what we got. So we got Trinket with that go. And so next go I think is the kill window, because next go is triple no Trinket now. I won't have wings, but Smexton has Void Form. So Void Form, for those of you who don't know, is the big Shadow Priest. It's like their wings basically. We can honestly just win the damage to it. At this point, if we get a CC, oh, there's a triple Fear, so automatically triple CC, triple Fear into a Hodge on Esper, that's game over. He actually has Cloak, but you can see he just dies in the Hodge because Void Form damage. Just triple CC spam. It's actually a pretty good comp, this Red Shadow Priest, Holy Priest. It's fun too. Get to play like a more CC orientated comp for once. None of them had Trinket, so triple Fear obviously ended the game instantly on that. This game basically, a Windwalker died very fast. Kind of a fortunate comp for them. I think Rogue Windwalker is not too good of a comp. So this was a semifinals already, and the next series would be the grand finals for us. Game was really fast. So.
With this Windwalker,
unfortunately, Windwalker versus Warrior Hunter, you know, very squishy class against these two. Actually, I know that feel because I played Windwalker into a comp like this before, and it is really tough to do. He literally died from half health. Holy shit! Maxon killed him. Yeah. Look at that Warrior damage. Oh my god! Very scary Windwalker for Windwalkers to fight Warriors. Let me show you guys the bracket so you guys can get an idea. So this tournament, like, actually, even though it's like kind of like a community for fun tournament, it had a lot of really strong teams. Let me show you guys the bracket real quick so you get an idea of what it looks like. So first game, as you can see, we were United Station of Space. Then after that, Hamster. So yeah, Hamster's another really strong AW. They beat Method NA 3-2. Man, Method NA had a rough run. They're a very strong team, obviously, but yeah, they lost to us. Really close series, by the way. Like, definitely could have gone either way. They lost to Hamsters and probably a nail biter too, from what I can tell. Another 3-2. Hamster goes on after beating Method, but they lose to 3-2 on just Hanzo's team. Hanzo's team actually has an insane god comp. We were so scared of it, and we could not beat it, honestly. We still didn't. Their Shadow Priest Mage were so on point. Actually was pretty impressive. So yeah, the team we beat in the semifinals, which was Smexton's teammates for the AWC. Don't ban me. That was the game we just watched. They go down to the lower bracket after losing. They fight 3-2-1 in And Hansel team beats them in a pretty close series once again, 3-2. And we go to the grand finals after that. How do you like the banning? I like the banning feature a lot. I think it's really good because I'll give you an example. This is a perfect example. Hansel's team, like I said, we were scared of the God Comp. We still are. We legitimately, and we practiced with Hansel for war games to like warm up, and we never won a single game against them. I'm pretty sure against their God Comp. So you can see, Stop, which was in my chat right now. Yo, what's up, man? Tuna on the Wrestle Druid, Hansel, and Mame on the Warrior. And yeah, we were super scared of God Comp, because we just didn't have an answer. So if it wasn't for the banning feature, I think the tournament would have been a lot more boring to watch, because it would have just been Ret Warrior versus God Comp. That's probably what it would have actually happened, and I think we would have lost, if I'm going to be honest. I don't think we win that in a series. We could win 1 or 2 games. It's not like we 100% lose, but I'm definitely not confident in that matchup, to say the least, right? So that's why I do think the banning feature is cool, because you don't have to just watch the same comps all the time. And yeah, Hansel's team, honestly, I was super scared of God Comp. You can see I don't even play my Ret into this. We tried Ellie Hunter. We probably would have went back to Ret Warrior if we had to fight it again, but we don't. So, but yeah, we just didn't have an answer for this comp. But luckily, we took advantage of the feature of this tournament. You know, we just banned it forever, and it wasn't bad, honestly. Like I think if they played that some more, the Ellie Hunter's definitely not a bad comp into Shadow Priest Mage, but we weren't like quite practiced enough on it yet, I think. So that's it. That game we lost. Now we go to the banning phase.
Can't play as Ret Pally. Well, guess what?
And they ban actually the Hunter first, which is good for us. Because honestly, I swear Hunter it's good into Fire Mage, but I swear Ret Warrior is better than Ret Hunter in every way. So yeah, at least we got a ban of that. Yeah, that's true. We did play Ellie Hunter, and even though we lost, we made them scared of the Hunter at least. So that worked out for us. So at least they banned a Hunter, which we had no plans to play anymore. So that was really lucky. We at least made them scared of the Hunter. So even though we lost, it worked out. And for us, it was a simple strategy. We were like, we don't want them to play God Comp, no matter what. So Mage, Shadow Priest ban. We had a lot of thought about this, but I think in the end we just banned Mage. So if we ban Mage, we know what we're playing, which is Shadow Priest Warrior. Because Hansel's team, a 3-1 Stops team knows too. They had 3 comps they could play. It was Shadow Priest Mage Druid, which we could not beat. Shadow Priest Warrior Druid, and then Mage Warrior Druid. That's like one good thing. One huge advantage we had against them was that they were not allowed to ban Warrior, because if they banned Warrior, they had nothing to play, because we just banned one of the other 2, and I don't think they had a comp. So that was we took advantage of this ban system really hard. And yeah, they picked Shadow Priest Warrior, which was expected. And this is great, because Hunter honestly sucks ass against this comp. Shadow Priest Warrior Druid, I swear, slays Hunters. I hate playing with a Hunter against this. And then we pick obviously our best comp, which is Ret Warrior. Just big surprises. And this is like not a bad matchup for us. I think maybe we're slightly advantaged. I'm not sure. This is not a bad matchup for us though. This is like good for us essentially. Like this is what we want. This game was really long, but the TLDR of this game was stopping drinks. Really long dampening game. Very slow game. What I was doing for most of this game, I was actually just running at the Druid a lot to stop drinks. Not really now that he's completely but we still have to watch it. I don't know if we let him get a drink. If we do, it's a mistake. Okay, no, nice. So smacks him to leap. So he's already We're kind of too, but Druid being is like, you can see that little sliver of mana, he's like doing a little worse than us. And I would say Holy Priest is a little better at healing than a Wrestle Druid is. So here we make it into the ends of the game. It's really damp. Oxy gets really low here. You know, bopping. We're just trying to finish the game at this point because the Druid's game is very damp already. So the main thing here, Ret Warrior. One of the biggest weaknesses for Ret Warrior is legitimately the best person at stopping drinks in Ret Warrior is actually the Warrior. Like we are a really bad comp at stopping drinks. Let the casters.
He is on his last leg, and Mame is trying to stay on target, but there is.
What happened? I think he dies before he gets to press these buttons. Didn't he die here? Okay, well, let's just watch closely. How did this game end? My wings is still going. This is still big wings from me.
But Oxygen, he is on his
yeah, he just died really fast.
Is trying to stay on target, but
namely also just the main of the game was, you know, you can see it's a 9-minute game. You see, even though Shadowlands is like really fast paced, when you start going into like tournament tier teams, I don't know what to call it, but the game goes really long. Because people are just so good at living nowadays. Like, no one dies to really, like... You need so much burst to surprise people nowadays. It's actually, like, you have to, like, do absolutely ridiculous burst to surprise people before they die nowadays. And something good about... I think what really made this tournament good for us with this ban thing was that we could ban Mage. I swear, the bane of Ret teams a lot of times is this... It's not like we auto-lose to Mage comps, but a lot of Mage comps are hard for Rets. So the fact that we could ban Mage once every 2 games is enormous for our team for sure. So this is the grand finals.
Yeah.
It's a 1-1 now. It's best of 7. So first to win 4 games. So here, let's see what happened here. They banned Ellie, so they're banning Ellie Hunter. That's interesting. Oh, I guess they don't have a choice because they banned Hunter last game and they're not allowed to ban. Oh, they probably should have banned the Ret. So I'm really glad they didn't ban the Ret here. But I think we might have lost this game. Not sure. You can see here, we just stick to our guns. Like I said, we do not want them to play Shadow Priest Mage. We have to pick first. Oh, so we won the last game, right? So we have to pick first, and then they get to see our comp. So we pick Ret Hunter. I don't know. Honestly, Ret Hunter, I have to say, I've been struggling with Ret Hunter against Resto Druids a lot in general. Like, this healer has been really... Like, if this was a Holy Pally, I'd be a lot more, like, comfortable. Yeah, this is a Ret Hunter game that we lost. I'll kind of skim through it. We try to go on a Mage, obviously, but we have to swap a lot, because Resto Druids are the king of single target healing right now. And, you know, I'd say, like, oh my gosh, Ret Hunter has so much burst, but, like, you can see the Mage very comfortable against us. With the little bit of kiting and the hots, just intervene. We just can't kill them, you know, they're just... way. We tried swapping around a lot too, but eventually they have so much pressure on our Hunter. The Warrior is just smashing our Hunter the whole game, right? You see the pet combust and Hunter's dead. We didn't really have any. He actually had Guardian, I guess, but didn't get it off in time. But still, this game was going pretty bad for us. So we got Ice Block, I guess, but it was coming back up. I Cauterize still, Iron Bark, so we were very far from killing. So it's more that we couldn't really go over their defense. This is when they banned Ret. So, like, they didn't want to have Ret Warrior versus Shadow Priest Warrior, right? But we had a secret comp for this, and I made this class 5 minutes before the series. Right before the series, I was talking with Yosk and Specs. I'm like, you know, something we could fight against Shadow... We were talking about, first thing we said was like, dude, we don't have an answer for Shadow Priest Warrior. Like, we could play Ret Warrior, which is okay into it, but if they don't let us play that, we're screwed. You know, we have to beat Shadow Priest Warrior without Ret Warrior. And then we were going through ideas. We were like, oh, do you think KFC? And I was like, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Hunter just dies. KFC as in Warrior Hunter. Ellie Hunter, nah, I guess we just lose too. Like, we actually like couldn't think of a comp. And I was like, dude, I swear I need to play my Windwalker. And this was crazy, right? Because I didn't even make my Windwalker. When we made this team, United Stations, I was like, I don't even need to make my Windwalker, right? There should be no reason why I have to play this. And then, but you know, right before the series, we talked about it, and like I think I told them, and I was like, I think Windwalker Warrior actually counters this. And you know, no one really knew for sure besides me, because you know, who the fuck plays Windwalker Warrior? That is obviously a whack comp, but you know, that's like the one matchup I really like on Windwalker, and I was kind of unconfident about it because I haven't played my Windwalker that much, but really glad we pulled it out here. See, when the Windwalker comes out, the casters had no belief. I mean, I didn't either, to be honest. I was pretty unconfident about Vanguard to them, but I convinced my teammates and they let it go. Yoski was the one that hard believed in it. Yoski was like, no, you have to make it, and I'm like, okay, fine.
Remember what?
So right before the series, Smexon one-shot it, Chun. So it was kind of ironic, and then it's like Warrior again, right? But I swear this is such a different matchup. Chun had a way harder time. Chun had to fight Warrior Hunter. Just way scarier than Warrior SP for Windwalkers. Windwalkers are actually really good into Shadow Priests, in my opinion. But you can see Vank, like, I actually get to do so much damage against this comp. I'm like always top damage with Windwalker against this cleave. Like, I'm never like not number 1 on damage done, because I get to just pump so hard against SP Warrior. And the big reason is because we obviously just sit on the SP, but the Warrior can't really just train me. If the Warrior trains me, he just dies to our like the AoE cleave of Windwalker. Like, he can, if he intervenes with Shadow Priest without parry, he usually just dies with him, just because we actually have that kind of damage output. I think randomly, even though Windwalker Warrior is not really a good comp, it's just one of those cases where, like, even though Shadow Priest Warrior is like the meta comp, you could call it, right? This comp, you know, weird ass comp just happens to counter like a meta comp.
Gets out of that one.
I thought it was kind of cool. You know, that happens in WoW sometimes. Okay, here I get so close to dying. Smexon saves my ass here, I think. The triple Warrior Fear, double Warrior Fear. And this was dude, if we lost that game though, I would have been so sad. Because we probably would have like stopped picking it too. If we lost this game. It's funny how like that works, right? It's like, oh, if we lost this game, we would have just not picked Windwalker Warrior again. But winning this game like gave us so much momentum. But really our main thing is just killing and like an end cap go. Oh, something huge here is. This is my big gigantic Windwalker damage. And Maxon is playing Necro as well, so even though Windwalker Warrior is kind of a whack comp, the strategy here is to Warrior Banner with all my cooldowns, and also try to get his you know, their defenses before I go. Get a cooldown, we incap fear, CC chain starts, Prius disperse, and basically we always get dispersed by cooldowns minimum. So then like at least like for the next like 2.5 we have a kill window. It's nice to see that the warrior on the other team, like Mame, he has to be so scared of me. Like look, whenever Mame tries to peek in for like an intervene, he just gets cleaved with the Priest. And Druids are insane single target healers, but like one thing that's a little harder for them is to heal multiple targets, and that's why he hits the Priest sometimes, and he can't just train me. But that's so good for me on Windwalker, because Windwalker's biggest weakness is honestly that they're pretty squishy. But when we get to just freely DPS like this, like I am right now, you can see, oh my gosh, it's like one of the highest DPS in Arena. So fun for me, by the way. Oh my gosh, I'm just... At the whole game, I'm just PvEing. Obviously, I have to run sometimes too, and I gotta do my Monk things, but this is such a fun matchup for me on Monk. Probably one of my most favorite matchups on my Monk. So we won this game. Now it's 2-2, it's all tied up. Going to here, we banned our Shadow Priest, because once again,
there it is.
Against them, we had no answers for Shadow Priest Mage, so we just don't let them play it. They banned Hunter again. They were scared of Ellie Hunter, I guess. I didn't even notice that till now. They play Mage Warrior. So we lost to their Mage Warrior earlier with Ret Hunter. Now that they banned Hunter, and we didn't even want to play Ret Hunter again. It honestly felt so bad into this. So we played Ret Warrior instead, which is kind of like our bread and butter comp. So here, eventually, we beat them. It was a long game. Oh. Dies really fast there. What the fuck? Yeah, like it's just like a long drawn game where we eventually killed the warrior, I guess. That worked out for us. That puts us at 3-2. Now we are on match point. And this is what I was talking about earlier, right? Like how, like, if we had lost that game, which was kind of close, honestly, on Hope Point with Windwalker Warrior, we probably would have lost confidence in this comp. Because this comp was really YOLO. Made the Monk 5 minutes before the series. You know, I barely practiced on my Monk for this tournament. I mainly practiced my Ret and my Enhanced Shaman. This was very YOLO for me to play this. So I'm so glad we won that game. That basically led up to us being able to pick it again right now for the match point. Because we ban Mage, we know what they're playing. They don't have a choice. They have to play Shadow Priest Warrior. This team has 3 comps. By banning Mage, we delete 2 of them. So, which is Mage Warrior and Mage Shadow Priest. So they have to play Shadow Priest Warrior after we ban Mage. This game I felt so much more comfortable. This game I played a lot better. Honestly, that game on Hook Point, I messed up a little here and there just because I was so like uncomfortable. Yo, Air Wolfie fixed with 26 month for resub, appreciate that. What's up, man? Omen the S-Priest as usual. I'm playing a lot better defensively this game. I didn't like shove defensives for no reason, so I could actually like save stuff this time. I ran like, you know, Monk things, you know, run before things happen. You see Smexon's protecting me too on the fear. They're CCing Oxy. That's why they CC the warrior. I get me kind of low. I come out. I stop Karma. I'm just like pre-running and then Fist of Fury to parry. I basically just play it safe because every time I can press clones or Swen, they are so scared. Like they actually just get deleted during the Windwalker cooldowns.
Just too much pressure on the Panda. Gets leg swept up. Fist of Fury going in, but there aren't.
Yeah, every time they stack up. Oh, I never leg sweep unless the warrior is next to me. You know, never leg sweep one target. Always 2. Well, against this comp, I do that. You know, might as well why stun 1 target when you can stun 2, right? Because the warrior is going to eventually hit me. They cannot win doing anything except killing me. Essentially with this comp, they have to kill me. I don't think they can just train a healer with 2 melees on the Shadow Priest. Will definitely win the race if they like try to healer race. I just basically do my best to not take too much damage while just PvE. And you can see I'm pumped. Oh my gosh, look at my damage. Doing 506,000 damage when Smexon number 2, 300k. I get to just PvE as hard as I can on my Monk against these guys. 3.4k DPS apparently. A couple of interrupts too, I guess. He just dies, and that's the
that is it. There is the execute Vanguard.
That was the last game of this tournament for the grand finals.
Of space, 4-2, claim the victory in the very first NA Diablos Death Bowl. GG.
I think that Hook Point, winning that Hook Point game was basically the momentum. Well, I mean, we got to feel more confident, and then for this grand finals games, we get to play it again. So yeah, that tournament was really fun. I really like the ban system. Something we talked about too, I wonder in the future if like banning would be cool for AWC, because I think for players, personally, I thought it was really fun. And like I said, that tournament, if it wasn't for the ban system, I don't think we would have won. For Grand Finals, for example, Hansel's team, I don't think we could have beaten Shadow Priest Mage. And then Method NA, we beat Method NA 3-2, which is one of the strong teams of the region right now. And that's the same thing, we just ban Mage. We ban Mage every chance we get. Mage is our bane. We just ban it as much as we can. If that team has a mage, we ban it as a priority. And honestly, if we couldn't have done that, I don't think we would have beaten. We definitely, I feel like we would have lost the Hansel's team almost for sure if we couldn't have done that. Method NA, I don't know. Method NA, we at least have like comps for every one of their comps, so it would have been tough to though. Definitely the ban system. For us, obviously, we liked it because we won the tournament. But I did also, I think, it lets people play like different comps, which I think is kind of cool. So you don't have to just watch like for the grand finals, it would have been God Comp versus Red Warrior for like 5 games probably. What you would have watched instead. All right, guys. All right, cool. I'm glad I got to go over those games. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to follow, and I'll see you next time.